Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Desert Strike. It's time for Goose to finish out Campaign 1 here. In order to do that, all he needs to do is defeat one of the enemy command centers, capture the commander, and extract the information where the secret agent is from that commander. There's still a few other things that Goose is going to do though. He has still some MIAs to pick up. There's a few wandering enemy soldiers that he has to finish off. But other than that, this campaign is pretty much over. But even though it's almost over, it's still pretty tough. Those command centers are very, very dangerous. Luckily, besides the MIAs that we kept around to save and return to the landing base for armor refill, there's also an armor refill near one of the command centers. There's the armor refill that was that appeared when we defeated the power station, and then there's one of the civilian buildings that we unlocked earlier. So those guard towers are what really makes these things really difficult. The guard towers are kind of hard to hit, and the guys with the RPGs inside of them shoot really, really fast and deal a lot of damage because they're such rapid fire. I'm gonna sneak back here, grab some fuel. Luckily, there's quite a few fuel tanks nearby. Unfortunately, later on, our co-pilot does something very dumb. It's gonna damage our fuel a little bit, but nothing that we can't recover from. Just gonna go around here. See, it's tough. It's nice to hit them with a missile, but sometimes, like I said, if you don't have a really good co-pilot on the gun, it's a little tough. Of course, Goose is challenging himself by doing what the instruction manual said and taking the worst co-pilot. So, yeah, the green dot up there that isn't blinking, that is the location of where our secret agent is. So, we already uncovered where he was earlier when we destroyed one of those buildings in the first episode. We'll get him in a little bit. Let's go rescue another MIA. We want to have full armor. There's a few around here. There we go. There's another one. There. Two of them right here by the power station. We got another one straight up ahead of us. Luckily, we have more than enough ammo crates and fuel left to go. Just gotta find this last guy. The more you look at your map, the easier it is. Oh, I think there's some right there at the bottom. Let's grab them. And let's take them to the landing zone. There's going to be a lot less MIAs in the next campaign. At least in terms of soldiers. But we're still going to be doing a lot of rescuing people. Next campaign is a lot like POWs. We're rescuing prisoners of war. We'll also be rescuing political prisoners. So even though we get less armor, only 100 per person rescued, there's going to be so many more to rescue. We'll see a little bit of that campaign, because like I said, Goose don't have much to finish up on this campaign, so it'll be a quick one to finish up. We get a little bit of taste of campaign 2. As I said, there's 4 campaigns in the entire game. Naturally, they get a little tougher as they go on. You get more objectives. Goose. We have faith in Goose. Let's pick up our ammo. And let's go after that. Ooh, there's another MIA here. Let's grab him. This one is really annoying because he hides behind the rock. There we go. We got him. Now we can head toward the other command center. Stay on the road. There's a tower in each of the corners. And then we have 2 AA guns and 1 rapier, the Swiss air missiles. This is where I was saying the co-pilot does something dumb. Rather than destroy the guy who's shooting at him, he decides to attack that truck that's just standing there holding fuel. So yeah, we lost the fuel, but luckily we have enough fuel barrels around that that's not going to hurt us. if you do run out of fuel, your chopper will crash, and you'll respawn in the spot where you crash with full fuel, so it's not that bad if something happens to you. Same thing with your armor and stuff. If you get defeated for whatever reason, you'll crash, and then you'll just respawn where you're at. The only thing that doesn't refill when you crash is basically your weaponry. Let's grab that guy. Check around here. We gotta get some fuel. There's some right down there in the lower corner. That's our best bet. This one is really tight though. Goose got really, really lucky. He squeezed his fuel right to the very end. Speaking of squeezing, he did a good job squeezing through those mountains there. If you hit a mountain or a building or a structure like those guard towers and your helicopter starts spinning around, those little hits take 10 points of armor off of you. So you can actually crash by hitting into objects. The only one you can't crash into is the frigate. You can start off the mission, hit it, and spin around. You'll lose armor. I guess because they don't want to have the those are called the frigate. Have you crash into it and destroy it. They don't want to, I guess, create a explosion animation for the frigate. This is why they make you disarm your weapons when you get to the frigate, so you can't shoot the frigate. Surprisingly though, like I said, you can shoot your own landing gear. You can shoot your own soldiers. Of course, shooting the landing zone and destroying it calls you immediately back to base. If you unfortunately create friendly fire, well, you don't lose the mission, but you will get a negative on your score at the end of the brief. We're going to get our first campaign brief here once you finish this one. So we want to make sure that we get an ammo crate before we rescue this guy, because even though if we look around the enemies, there's no more AA guns, no more rapiers, no more of the VDA trucks. However, once we release our co-pilot to rescue the agent in this bunker, 4 VDA trucks are going to come by. They're best taken out with just a regular missile, a Hellfire missile. They have 100 points of armor, so one Hellfire missile takes them out. So they come in all the different directions, and once we clear them all out, then we'll see the agent and the co-pilot come back out of the bunker, and then we just pick them back up. So we always see right there to the north, we had a VDA up here. One's going to come this direction. Another one's going to come from the south here. Now we got this one coming in from the east. We fly around. We can look at our map to see where they're coming from. Oh, another one from the east. I guess that one from there was more of the south one. And then we have one coming up down this road. Once we destroy them all, 4 of them, then our co-pilot comes out. You can't actually finish the mission without rescuing your co-pilot, but you get a bonus if you rescue your co-pilot, so why not? There's quite a few missions, campaigns that'll feature missions where we're basically dropping off our co-pilot to do something on the ground, and we have to basically cover for them. So, alright, so once we defeat everything, complete all of our objectives, the frigate will reappear, and we just fly back to the frigate. And we get a debrief on how well we've done. Now we don't have to do what I'm about to do here now, but I always feel it's better to drop the people off at the landing zone. We have that one enemy commander and a secret agent. Might as well drop them off. Everybody else. We're going to see in the next campaign, there's going to be other type of landing zones. The one landing zone in the next campaign, it's actually going to be a tank, and it's going to be actually inland. But there will be more on the shore landing zones. So let's land our helicopter here. And now we talk for our mission debrief. You get a score and a password. Password we can enter on the opening screen. You just select the button, I believe the Y button that turns on that selects the campaign. You enter the password and you can start it. Campaign number 2. We're just gonna start as is here. You don't really need to worry about your password and restarting campaigns until campaign 3, because as I mentioned earlier, in this campaign 2 coming up, we're gonna be rescuing some POWs, and one of the POWs is that Jake, the co-pilot, the best co-pilot in the game. So if you want him for the 3rd and 4th campaigns, you want to use your password. But like I said, we're gonna do the challenge that the manual recommends and keep Mr. Dave here as our co-pilot. Fearless guy who just goes crazy on the gun and jams the winch. And no matter how many times I've played this game, I've never been able to defeat all the enemy troopers for whatever reason. It always says that one enemy escaped. I always get minus 500. I don't know. Uh-oh. Well, we got mostly good news, but the madman's gonna show he got bad news. Our motherland is under siege, but you said we were prepared for anything. Sir, this attack force is stronger than we thought. Of course, because it's led by Goose, the greatest pilot ever. Perhaps you should let the scuds do the talking. I'll begin the orders to begin the scud launchers at once. So we'll be doing a lot of scud hunting as well in this campaign. Here we are in the Gulf, ready to receive our debrief for campaign number 2. The agent rescue told us where a group of political prisoners are being held and where a POW camp is located. He also said there were some mobile scud launchers and a chemical weapons plant in the same area. Here's your missions: destroy radar sites, rescue political prisoners from jails, destroy the power station, destroy chemical weapons, find the scud commanders and their scuds, and then rescue the POWs. There's going to be 3 radar stations. Last campaign there was only 2. This one there's actually 3. The weird thing is though, we have to, unlike the first campaign where we can just take them out in any order, in this campaign you have to take them out from the south and then work your way up. If you try to attack the one on the north there on the top of the map, it's actually considered a danger zone, so you just want to work on the bottom and then work your way up. While we're doing that, we'll rescue those 3 of the MIAs on the way. And that way any damage we take, we can heal up at the landing zone before we head off into the town for the jailbreak. But we'll do the jailbreak in the next episode. But we have enough time to take out those first 3 radar stations. It makes sense, I guess, to do it from the south to the north too, because they get progressively more guarded as we go up. So the one on the south is guarded by 2 AAA guns. Then we have an AAA gun and a SAM missile launcher in the second one, and then the northernmost radar has 2 surface-to-air missile launchers. So the new big bad enemy is those Zuzu tanks. They have a lot of armor, 150 armor. They shoot really fast. So they're much more deadly than the VDA trucks that we faced last episode, or last campaign. Now, all those enemies from the last campaign, they'll still be appearing here, they just won't appear on the map. It's just the new enemies that they show on the map. So yeah, we ain't gonna have a location guide on the map where like AA guns, surface-to-air missiles, or the VDA things are, but they will be appearing, so it's one way the game gets a little harder. We have less information on the map. Speaking of less information, some of the less information, we only have weapon crates and fuel tanks listed on the map that are uncovered. So it looks like there's like basically no weapon crates, there's no fuel tanks here, but that will appear when we destroy buildings, destroy some structures. Like the one radar station has a ammo crate underneath it. So this guy's really interesting. He's that first ZSU tank. This guy we can take our time with. We can just kind of go up, shoot him a little bit, then back up. And then I guess he forgets that we were shooting at him, and he turns back around. Maybe you just play with him like this. I did hit him with a missile though at first, just to make a little thing, because eventually he will turn around when he gets up near the turn in the road, and then it'll just basically patrol up and down that road. But if you want to take your time, you could just take him out with the guns. I wanted to show you they could do that, but I wanted to save a little bit of time. Like I said, I want to get through the radar stations. So we got another one up there. We want to grab these first 3 POWs. They're only going to give 100 armor, but that should be still enough to recover most of the damage we take taking out these radar stations. So the second radar station here has the surface-to-air missile launcher and an AA gun. It's a little more heavily guarded. Now let's just finish it off with our guns. There's no problem to us. And this one, we'll notice that there is an ammo crate. So now if we go back to our map, we'll see that now that ammo crate will be on the map. Oh, we got another POW here, MIA, but got one of those VDA trucks. Let's finish it off. Speaking of finishing off, let's head up and finish off the last radar. Like I said, you don't want to do this one last. So if you try to do this one first, it's considered a danger zone. I guess, like I said, the radars below make it a danger zone. We actually took damage though, unfortunately. Just trying to get around them. Like I said, you can usually see where they are off screen, the direction they're pointing. And you can try to attack them from the side or behind. The safest way to approach them. Let's finish off this radar dish. And mission 1, campaign 2 is completed. Let's go grab another MIA. They're missing in action, but we know exactly where they are on the map, which kind of makes them not really missing in action. More like displaced, I guess. We'll take this guy back to the landing zone. We'll heal ourselves up with our armor. And this landing zone is going to get a lot more folks getting dropped off on it. Yeah, 3 jails there. This one, the north one, and then the one in the middle, you could probably take to this landing zone here. The southernmost jail, you can either drop off at the southern landing zone on the shore, or there's the other landing zone over there to the far east corner of the map. That landing zone is a Bradley fighting vehicle, but still functions the same as the ones on the shore. So this is pretty much, we're going to end the episode here. We're going to start the next episode by going to the northern jail there and starting to free some of those political prisoners. Take care, have a good one. Thanks for following along. Wish Goose luck. Bye.